Hey, welcome back, or if you're new, I'm Bethany, and this channel is all about just documenting life with my horses. I have worked with horses for a long while. I've worked as a riding instructor a little bit, just at very, very low levels, and I've owned horses in the past, but this is my first time having horses again as an adult and having my own horses to use my own training, well, develop my own way of training them. So I'm here with a nice cup of coffee. It's freezing outside, so go grab a cup of coffee or tea or whatever you like and hang out. And I'm going to review our training session. Well, one of our training sessions from this past week. And we're right at the few sessions before starting riding again. Since we moved, I'm going over things again just because it's a bit different here and just reviewing. And then hopefully even this weekend we'll be riding. And, we'll see though. It's pouring rain right now. We'll see if it's reasonable enough to do that. Hello. Here, girl. Oh, there you are. You want to come hang out? Watch your leg, Ruby. Back. Check it out. Oh, that's too tight. Not that. Throw it on the ground, huh? Ella, Remy, Ruby. Let's just throw my saddle on the ground. It's a synthetic, it's okay. And the pad. Really hilarious. I am just dying at how the two of them are still, look at them, looking over that saddle pad and saddle can I throw this in the mud again? I might. They're so curious. It is so cute. I really love it. But there's stinkers too. Watch what Ruby does here. Look at that. She's gonna go for it. She's gonna do it. Oh my gosh. She's like, my sister's blanket. Might just chuck this in the mud too. Yeah, I'm gonna chuck it in the mud. That sounds perfect. I'm just dying here. Look at her. They're so funny. They're just the most entertaining things. My goodness. Something interesting here that I did not notice at the time was Ella, you can see her ears and kind of out of the side of her eye. She's watching what Ruby's doing, and she checked over at what I was doing, but that subtle backup, sending Ruby away, sort of looks like what she's doing. So just interesting to notice those body language things. So most of this is sped up because, well, do you really want to sit here through 25 minutes of me, the standing and to reward? Just very walking around. It's quite a slow session. It's too slippery out right now to do anything but walking in this particular field, and that's where we were for this day because when you've got baby's nap time and that's your training time, that's that. And yeah, so here she's pretty at first wanting to look off at the camera area. So the focus the last few days was yielding the hindquarters, and she's doing so wonderful at that. So we reviewed that for a little while, and then after that, it's yielding the forehand. That had gotten a little bit sticky. You can see there she's wanting to move her back end too. There, she got it. So I'm trying to give the cue on this place where my heel would give a little pressure, or my leg would be putting on, as well as a little bit with the rein, in the same manner that hopefully, well, very similar to how it would feel when I'm in the saddle, so that she can understand how that translates over, which is just what we want. And then here we're practicing the different spot that would be where my heel would ask for her hindquarters to shift over, and then she spooked a little, but the different heel placement is important. So what happened there, Ruby was up to the left, and she jumped back at something, and then I jumped back, and then Ella jumped back, so it's kind of a group spook. But something I really love about this mare is that is how she spooks, and you know, a little startle and just standing there looking. I do apologize for the distance from the camera here. I'll see if I can get it zoomed in right here. It might be a little fuzzy though, not as crisp and clear due to that distance. But another interesting thing that has been just floating around in my head all week is how my training has changed through just new knowledge and experience. And that's what should happen for everybody. As you gain knowledge and gain experience, you really refine what you do. But the reason for me experimenting and trying to change my methods a little bit is what I did with my first horse with my sisters. I was like 14 or 15 years old, little yearling filly, just so sweet. And we just would tie her and just groom her and set stuff on her back and climb on her and lead her around with somebody sitting on her, and then start riding her, following people. Translated it slowly. It just went so well, and she's such a sweet mare. Just does anything and is totally bomb-proof in the way that like nothing will spook her. But she's a little bit too desensitized to like. She doesn't really understand doing like more complicated type movements. Like she's not sensitive to a shoulder yield as much. Well, it wasn't back then. Since then, my sisters owned her, but when I was training her. And I thought I'd include a little snippet of her, just so you can see. This was when I was pregnant with Julia. I think I was like 6 months pregnant. Such a cool mare. I'll let you watch this and then we'll jump back to it.
Oh, you can ride out there if you want. Yeah. Can you come here for a sec? So what day is it?
Today is Christmas. December 25th, 2018.
Let it be known before our baby is born that
At 5 months right now.
Bethany
Be able to tell it all.
is 5 months pregnant, riding a horse bareback in tackless.
She went even with a neck rope earlier. It was great.
Yep. And she just crossed the stream. Having fun with Lucy? Nice. What would you say Lucy's thinking right now?
Lucy's thinking, oi, she made me walk through the water in the freezing cold. She has enough daytime to dry off her legs though, and it's not deep.
I'm gonna warm up and run here in a second, but I'm gonna close this off before.
And that was actually really, really heartwarming and sweet to watch back. I forgot about that clip until I threw it in here. But yeah, so that was Lucy, and that was where we were. And she was amazing, but we didn't have that sensitivity in training. She'd go anywhere you point her, but she couldn't get, with me, any of those higher movements. Just to, as a disclaimer though, my sister has continued on and does all the things with her now. It was the me thing, you know. It's a new Taylor Swift song. I'm the problem. It's me. So I wanted to move my training on from that and keep that connection, but also get that softness. And then so I tried a different method, and the next mare, this was Roxanne, she got those things really, really well, but personally, in the way we were training, she really lost that connection. And that connection is something that's so, so, so important to me. It's really one of my favorite parts of, probably my favorite part actually, of owning a horse, is that bond and the connection and the friendship. And so losing that a bit was really sad to me. And that's kind of my main goal here, is to be able to train in a way that's a balance of the connection is there, but also the softness is there and the tuned into the training is there. And I started changing the way I went about things and realizing I needed to learn a lot when I met Bailey here. She was sort of a problem horse at the riding school. She would rear, she would buck. She did not like to be commanded what to do so much, but if you gain her affection and her trust, she would do anything for you, and was like the most tuned in soft horse I have ever ridden, I think. And she would only work with you if you worked entirely out of connection. Like basically you had to get rid of the tack, work with her completely on body language, and she'd do literally anything for you and be the perfect horse. And so that's the goal, and hopefully this video is interesting to watch for you, all my talking here, but I think it's so interesting to watch and hear people's thoughts on training, so hopefully this was fun for you too. And if you liked it, subscribe. I'll keep making stuff like this, as well as vlogs and just scenic, pretty, like, here's what we're doing today videos as well. So thanks for watching. Bye.